What's up, everybody, and welcome to Pizza and Pixels, the podcast where we order a pizza and talk about video games until that pizza shows up.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm one of your hosts, Josh, aka HexxedPhenom.
And I'm JP.
And today, we're doing something a little bit different. The first couple episodes, we've been doing things like talking about the state of Call of Duty Zombies, and we did our top 5 favorite games from 2018, stuff like that. But today, we're going to be focusing on gaming news from the past couple of weeks because, GDC just happened and now PAX East is going on as we speak. So, there's quite a bit of news coming out, and I figured why not talk about it.
Hell yeah, I'm down for it. What kind of news we got on the plate?
Well,
in terms of, I guess, groundbreaking news. But
I think the main thing that we're going to talk about for a while is going to be all of the stuff about Google Stadia, which is Google's...
is this the streaming service?
Yeah,
or
Google's
something?
streaming service.
My friend was losing his shit about that the other day. He was like, Google, they're going to stream. And, of course, it's only for PC, but, yeah. It was interesting.
But on top of that, we're also going to be talking about all the new Borderlands news coming out. We're going to be talking about the free games coming out for PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live next month, and all kinds of other things. But first, we got to order the pizza.
There's some goddamn Dominoes to be taken care of here.
Dominoes.
Medium 2-top and handmade. Wow. Oh, good. I was saying, I'm like, I think they got rid of our coupon we go for.
They're not allowed. They're not allowed to get rid of it.
I would have been a little shook if that happened. Okay. So what does my fat ass want today? Question is, what doesn't my fat ass want today? Let's see.
Considering I think this episode might go a little bit long, I'm going to start jumping into the news right now. So we're going to start with talking about the Xbox Live Games with Gold lineup for April 2019. And it's not so bad, not so bad.
I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling some cheesy bread.
That's up to you, man.
I'm feeling some cheesy bread. That might be my sub-in for this, and then could probably snag a piece or two of your pizza or something like that. Give me 25 cheesy breads. I wonder.
Give me 25.
How many could we get on this app? I wonder. I'm hitting it.
Probably up to 99.
25 is the max for any item at one time, and Dominoes. All right.
What if I want more than that?
What if my ass is still hungry?
You could probably just go in and
Probably
order another one and do it again. All right. Getting off track. Available April 1st through the 30th on Xbox One is the Technomancer, and April 16th through May 15th is Outcast Second Contact. And then Xbox 360, and of course these are both backwards compatible with Xbox One. We've got Star Wars Battlefront 2 from April 1st through the 15th, and that's the good Star Wars Battlefront 2, the one that came out in 2005.
Oh, guys, it's not the trash that they tried attempting to make. Okay.
Yeah, not the trash one that just came out 2 years ago.
Oh.
And then we also have Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2 available from April 16th through the 30th. And that's a pretty solid lineup, especially Star Wars Battlefront 2. But, yeah. And then, of course, we'll see what PlayStation has going on. PlayStation Plus free games for April 2019. Now, of course, now the free PlayStation Plus games don't include Vita or PS3 games anymore, so it's just 2 PS4 games a month.
Whoa, that's actually a game changer right there.
I think that
it's about time they did that.
I think that started last month.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's about time because the Vita has been dead for a long time.
I mean, to be fair, they kind of threw the Vita out to die.
They kind of just gave up. They were like, "This ain't the PSP. All right, it's over." It
had so much potential, which is the sad thing, but.
Didn't they? Yeah, they got too copyright protected on that crap. Like, wasn't it?
Well, I mean...
Yeah, they made it so hard to do anything with that console besides buy games.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they probably... I'm sure they knew that so many people bought a PSP because of its ability to do so much software emulation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they also probably figured that if they, in this day and age, if they were selling a console that was... not marketed as being able to do it, but Sony could have easily gotten sued for that. So, I mean, I guess they were probably like, we better cover our asses, but whatever. So, for PlayStation Plus, For the month of April 2019, we've got Conan Exiles and The Surge.
The Barbarian.
I'm not gonna lie, I've heard of Conan Exiles. I have no clue what kind of game it is. It's a survival open world. It's a survival open world survival game. Conan Exiles winds back the clock to the very dawn of civilization, casting you as a forgotten exile abandoned alone in the deserts for crimes unknown. And then The Surge is
from when you're ready, sir. You can make your pizza.
Thank you. From the creators of brutal medieval action adventure Lords of the Fallen comes a challenging sci-fi spin on the hardcore RPG genre.
For a second, when I was reading off your phone, at quick glance, I thought it said The Purge. I'm like, they are not making a Purge video game, are they? Honestly,
I feel like they probably already did.
I feel like a Purge game would be pretty cool, though. I think it'd be interesting. Depends how they go about it, though.
Yeah. I feel like the age of the movie tie-in game is pretty much done for the most part.
Yeah, like I heard the TV series is good. They should stop making Purge movies. They should really just stop. But yeah, if they made a video game as open world, I'd be like, hell yeah. Damn, that was quick. This man jumping.
I know what I'm looking for.
Jumping while the pan is hot. Put that pizza in there. Alfredo sauce, pepperoni, and bacon.
Hell yeah.
I've had so much pizza the past few days that I am honestly like a bit pizzaed out, but man, you put that cheesy bread in front of me and I will dog that shit. So here we go. Here we go. We are gonna put this order in right now. Oh crap, I might have to put my card in. Okay.
But
maybe not so.
I don't know. With that being said, I mean, personally, I'm not really looking forward to either of the PlayStation Plus games. I also don't own an Xbox, so I won't be able to play Battlefront 2.
You have a PC.
But, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Microsoft has a version of PlayStation now. It's called, like, xCloud, right?
It's not out yet.
Oh, it's not out yet? Oh, because I saw the logo yesterday, and I was like, ooh.
They have Xbox Game Pass, which is like a subscription service where you can download games. But they're working on a streaming service like PlayStation Now, yeah.
Dude, I'm actually pumped with PlayStation Now that they finally like refined it. I'm pretty excited. I think by the end of this year I might sign up again.
Speaking of PlayStation Now, actually, that was a pretty good transition. Thank you, JP. PlayStation Now gets, I believe, 12 new games to join the lineup for April. And I'm going to read them off to you right now. We've got A Bastard's Tale for PS4. We have the PS3 version of Battlefield 4. We have Black Knight Sword on PS3. We have Black Mirror on PS4. We have Dead Space 3 on PS3. Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriot, which I feel like is going to be probably one of the most played.
That's going to be a highly downloaded thing.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Mirror's Edge for PS3. Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 for PS4. NBA 2K18 for PS4, Pool Nation for PS3, Red Faction for PS2, and WWE 2K18 for PS4.
Trash.
I actually sold 2K18, so maybe I could actually go back and get the platinum now.
I'm dead serious. Once I get the platinum for 2K18, I looked at the trading credit, and it's absolutely just in the toilet.
That's how all sports games are.
I'm probably just going to literally snap the game and throw it out. It is horrible. Like, I've played all the wrestling games, and I detest that game so much. But now I just have to grind my career, and that's it. And then we'll have the moment.
It's very true.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know, on PlayStation Now, you can actually now download PS4 and PS2 games, not PS3 games for some reason. You can download PS2 and PS4 games to your system, so you don't have to deal with all of the, latency and stuff that comes with the streaming process of it. And we also have the most played PlayStation Now games for the month of February. In no particular order, we have For Honor, Mortal Kombat 10, NBA 2K16, Mafia 3, WWE 2K16, Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution, The Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited, Red Dead Redemption, Sniper Elite 4, and Prey.
I'll be fully honest with you. When I get PlayStation Now again, I'm probably going to go... The first thing I will do is go and play Red Dead Redemption.
I started up Red Dead Redemption 1 on PlayStation Now.
How about that second game, man? Fallen from grace by the day. Let's see. Alright.
I think I played Red Dead Redemption 2 for a total of like 10 hours, and that was more than enough for me.
The problem with that game is, well, I mean, I told you just how they like went about it a bit. I mean, it's a really great game. Really great game. I can't wait to get back into it. The thing that got me excited was online, but seeing how Rockstar just said, screw you guys, this is crappy online, here you go. And now everyone's detesting this game. We should have a good online by the summer, though. By the end of the summer, we might have a full online on that game. But until then, I
would hope so, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I tried the online like the day it went live, and I was just like, yeah, there's like nothing.
There's nothing to do, and Rockstar's just basically jerking
I
off.
know they've been updating it, but I don't. It's not like often. It's like maybe once a month, if that. But yeah.
Tell me about it, right? We'll see what happens. Hell
So
yeah.
12 new games coming to PlayStation Now this month. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's talk about Nintendo since we talked about PlayStation and Xbox already.
Okay, it is officially out for our tracker now.
All right, sweet.
Officially getting in.
So, we got a nice little deal for any of you Nintendo Switch users out there. If you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime. If you have Twitch Prime, you can link your Twitch account to your Amazon account, and you can get in-game loot for specific games. One of the loot drops this month is 12 months free of Nintendo Switch's online service. And that's, I mean, granted it's a $20 value, but a year of being able to play online on the Switch for free is pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
So
That's always good. Switch is one hell of a console.
it says if you've already prepaid for a full 12 months of Nintendo Switch Online, you're still in luck. You can still, go on, redeem this, and it'll stack the 12 months on top of whatever you're already paying for Nintendo Switch Online. So if you've already paid for a year and you're 10 months away from needing to renew, once you get this 12 months, you'll be 22 months from needing to renew. So it's pretty cool. The only thing is to combat people from trying to like sign up for, I don't know, is there a free trial of Amazon Prime? I don't know if that's a thing.
I'm pretty sure. Yep.
But to try to combat people from signing up for a free trial and just getting the 12 months and then never paying again.
And then dipping the hell out.
The way it works is you can only claim the first 3 months of the offer at first. Once you've claimed that, Amazon will start a clock on your Prime membership, and you have to wait a full 60 days before it will give you a code for the additional 9 months.
Wow, damn. You got to do that, though, in today's world. People just rip everybody off.
And since you need to... And because the offer requires your Nintendo Switch Online login and Twitch credentials verification, you cannot game the system by claiming multiple Twitch Prime bonuses on a single Nintendo Switch Online account.
But what if I want to have a free thing with all my 25 friends and their families?
I don't know.
What if?
The 3-month offer expires September 24th of this year, while the additional 9-month offer must be claimed by January 22nd, 2020. So you have time, but just remember, if you have Amazon Prime and Twitch Prime, you can get up to 12 months of Nintendo Switch Online for free, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I don't own a Switch, but if I had to pick a Nintendo console from the GameCube, it would be the Switch. For me personally, so. Yeah.
I have a Switch. I know I'm going to, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to turn on my Switch and go redeem that.
Never. Say, JP, I want to redeem my thing, and I'll be like, no, don't do it. It's a trap, by God.
It's a trap.
By God.
All right.
So what's next on the news table, sir?
Next, we're going to talk about the PlayStation State of Play recap. If you guys missed it.
What? They do a state of, I was just saying, they do a State of the Union address. State of Play. That works.
Kind of what it is.
It's very catchy. I like that. A State of Play.
For those of you that don't know what this was, I don't remember when they did. I think it was Monday of this week. They did like a Nintendo Direct type thing where they live streamed like a 20-25 minute video of them just talking about games that are coming out. They gave some new release dates, showed new trailers for some games, and we're going to go through all the announcements and talk about them a little bit.
Hell yeah, let's talk about it.
A lot of them were VR games, which neither of us own PlayStation VR, so we won't be able to talk about them super in depth.
Yeah, I'm not really set on VR.
I've honestly
It's
never
cool.
tried it. I want to try it, but
The thing that blows my mind is I think they're getting better at this, but with VR, it seems like because they have to put so much into making a short cinematic game for VR games are so short, but the experience makes up for it. The horror games are really cool in VR. Have you had a chance to do that?
the only VR experience I've had was
Because it's a game changer.
I haven't played with like any of like the main like VRs. I did experience one of the VR things on with Keck. He showed me the one on his phone, and it was just like a roller coaster. Like it wasn't like an actual game that you played.
Keck showed me one of the. It's like inspired by Amnesia, and I gotta say I was pretty impressed. But then it only lasted 10 minutes, so I was like, oh,
Yeah, but
it's cool.
I don't have enough space in this setup to be able to play VR anyway. But
You want to hear a funny story? I think we have time for this. So, my friend that has a VR setup on his computer and everything. So he has the freeform. So you don't have to be in a certain box to like do this, right? He could be in his whole room, and he was playing Skyrim VR.
oh god,
And he was like swinging his sword, and I guess he didn't know he was so far out of the boundary that he set. So now he has a whole new boundary set up. And he was swinging his sword, and he decided to smack his shelf, and his whole shelf collapsed.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say that he like punched through his computer monitor or something.
You know, remember when the Wii first started with the nunchuck thing?
Yeah.
My
People
one
were, like,
friend
throwing Wiimotes through their TVs and stuff.
My friend did that, but it didn't go through his TV, but it damaged his TV. He had to get it fixed for like $150.
Yeah.
He went to go do bowling. Anyway, it just went right through the TV.
That's why you wear the wrist strap, kiddos.
And that's why you wear the wrist strap. Yes.
All right.
And that was my story. That was our comic relief.
PlayStation State of Play. So the first thing they announced was Marvel's Iron Man VR arrives on 2019 for PlayStation VR.
That sounds actually really fucking cool. I'm not into that stuff, but that sounds really fucking cool.
If I remember correctly, the trailer they showed looked like it was kind of like an on-rail shooter where you're using the move controllers as like your reference for aiming, and then you can just shoot like beams and stuff out of your hands. It looks pretty cool, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, it's hard for us to comment on
things that we
VR
don't have.
stuff,
Yeah,
but
it's just well, we don't have access to it. It's cool. I just hope they have full length.
I mean, I love Marvel. I love Iron Man, so I'm sure it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm excited to see what the hell it's gonna look like, and is it gonna be a full game, or is it gonna be, you buy
If I had
it,
to guess, it's probably just going to be like a little like hour and a half thing.
Yeah,
where there's
like
maybe 3 or 4 different levels, and you just go through and
like Rush of
shooting
Blood
stuff,
and crap
yeah.
like that. Yeah,
like a on rails arcade shoot 'em up type thing. But
Exactamundo.
regardless, seems fun at the very least.
Fuck yeah.
And
man.
usually with games like that, they usually don't sell them at a full $60 too. So
That's
the one good thing.
that's the cool part. Yeah, that's the really cool part.
Then the next thing is going retro, creating PS4 exclusive content for Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. So me and JP were talking about this earlier.
Okay,
but
do we have a definitive answer on this whole Nitro Kart aspect? I mean, obviously it's in the game, but to what extent? Because I saw the article you were talking about that was like, oh yeah, every card, everything from Nitro Kart's in the game. I'd like to see that. I really would. I just don't know if that's a realistic thing.
Well, this article says that obviously CTR Nitro Fueled is going to have the original 13 tracks from CTR, and
If it didn't, I'd be pretty pissed.
so alongside the tracks, players can expect to see remastered karts, arenas, and modes. It says PlayStation users, meanwhile, get a little more bang for their buck. To really step up the nostalgia factor, PS4 players can access exclusive retro skins and karts for Crash, Coco, and Cortex.
That's gonna be so fucking awesome.
And I'll put up a picture on screen when I'm editing
Oh hell yeah!
for all of you video viewers. But it's basically, you know, like the polygonal PlayStation 1 style retro look to both the carts and the characters. But these skins are only for Crash, Coco, and Cortex.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie though. I feel like they're gonna release DLC of the rest of the people. I mean, that would be a gold mine for Activision.
I really want Spyro to be an unlockable character in this game somewhere, or even a DLC character.
I really hope Spyro is an unlockable character because they missed the chance with CTR, and seeing how now it's under one umbrella and they're all remastered and the 90s are back essentially. I think that'd be a pretty awesome thing to do. I really do. I think it'd be cool. Man.
It would be really cool.
I wonder what the hell you'd have to do to get him though. I wonder. If not, DLC is definitely going to be Spyro. I mean, if they don't have Spyro, that's a huge loss.
But it also says that if that wasn't enough, PS4 players will also get a bonus, soon-to-be-revealed retro track from Crash Nitro card. So it's one track.
I think I know which one it may be.
And it says...
I forget the name of it, though.
It says, PlayStation users who pre-order can also claim some extra in-game stickers. But if you want to pick up the game on release day, you'll need to wait until the 21st of June.
I'm glad I'm taking my vacation that next week. I mean, I'm going to Syracuse for half the week to see John and party and all that stuff. But, yep, I will be definitely indulging on that as soon as it comes out. I have that day requested off, I think.
Yeah.
I think. But I'm ready.
CTR, I'm so damn excited, dude.
God, the fact that there's online, it's like our prayers have been answered.
Oh, I know.
I mean, now it's just they have to bang out Crash Bash.
I wonder if they will. I wonder, there might be...
I feel like Crash Bash is on its way. I mean, they're at this point where they have to do it.
That one was also published by Universal, right?
And Eurocom.
I wonder if they have the rights to that.
I feel like they probably do, because I don't think Eurocom exists anymore.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure Eurocom just fell from grace. I mean, they didn't make any notable games besides Crash Bash. And even then, a lot of people don't really...
The only reason I even heard of them is because of Crash Bash.
Yeah, I was to say, usually people just find them from Crash Bash.
But, moving on, No Man's Sky gets full PlayStation VR support this summer. That's part of one of their big content updates called Beyond, I believe. And,
I'm actually amazed people even give a damn about that game anymore. that game was...
They did an update, I think it was... God. What was it?
Even when it came out.
Summer last year, they did a big update where they, almost completely overhauled the game. And it's, almost a completely different game now. It's not...
It's about time.
It's not exactly what they promised. It was going to be, 4 years ago when the game got revealed, or however how long ago it was.
Yeah, literally.
But it's definitely a lot closer than they were. So, props to them.
I think they're a little late on that one, but I remember when that game was coming out, it was built as the game that you will never forget, and then it was the game that you just wanted to get rid of. It was the game
wanted to forget.
It's the game that you forgot, and you just wanted to throw it in a trash can. That WB2K18.
I mean, I got to give them props for not just dropping it like a bat out of hell and just being like, well, we're done.
Yeah.
This is it.
Oh, well, Ristoroni and actually, Ristoroni and pepperoni, it's over.
I mean, yeah, I at least appreciate that they, decided to go back and continue to update it for free for all the people that bought the game and basically in a way got screwed out of their money for the most part.
Essentially.
But, yeah.
Well, hey, at least, they got something going. It's better than nothing, I guess.
And then we got introducing Ready Set Heroes, a fast-paced twist on dungeon crawling.
What exactly is that?
Let's read about it.
Let's read up on this bitch right now.
By tapping into the classic couch multiplayer, we've created a high-energy pick-up-and-play adventure that blends single-player and team play into one 10-minute zero-to-hero experience.
Zero to hero, I like that.
The dungeons you'll crawl in the world of Ready Set Heroes were created long ago, when the world was overtaken by chaos and a desperate plea was made to the gods to create order. The gods finished a magical realm filled with trials designed to turn aspiring warriors into mighty heroes. Under the protection of these heroes, the kingdom grew and flourished, but the forces of evil can never truly be defeated, and so the trials remain.
Care about the zombies. The trial awaits.
Oh, okay. So one of the things they were talking about for this was, there's a mode where you can go 2v2, where online, you and a friend
left the store with your order at 6:41.
Oh God.
I'd be so pumped if it was my friend Ramon, but I highly doubt it is.
But you and a friend will be dropped into a dungeon, and you'll be going up against 2 other people online. But instead of actually encountering each other in the world, you're in separate worlds, but it's the same dungeon, and it's basically whoever finds the exit to the dungeon first wins. So that was one of the online modes, but there's also, from what it sounds like, 4-player couch co-op to get through the dungeons and stuff. It seems pretty interesting. It's not necessarily a game for me, but
it's a hey.
It sounds like a fun couch co-op game.
Where's the way out of here? We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. There's a light in the tunnel here somewhere. I don't know where, but it is here. It is here, and I'm gonna find it.
So we have PSVR blockbuster Blood and Truth launches May 28th. And it says the goal with Blood and Truth was to take what we learned on London Heist and use that experience to create the ultimate PSVR blockbuster, one where the player could truly live out their wildest action hero fantasies in a full-length first-person shooter. Blood and Truth pushes you through a roller coaster ride of a storyline set against iconic London locations. You'll be dual-wielding automatic pistols while leaping from exploding buildings, exchanging gunfire from the back of an armored truck, battling through hordes of enemies on daring rescue missions, and chasing down targets through the grimy back streets of London.
And killing zombies. No, I'm just kidding. But that sounds interesting.
That does sound pretty cool. I would love to play like a full-length first-person shooter in VR.
I'm not gonna lie. You know, it'd be pretty funny and cool in VR. Rambo.
That would be pretty cool.
I know Rambo had an atrocity of a video game a few years back, but we're gonna just forget about that to think about what could have happened.
And then we got a trailer of like a mishmash of trailers of a bunch of
Skyworld
VR games that are coming out. We have Skyworld releasing March 26th, 2019. We have Falcon Age releasing April 9th, 2019, which can be played both VR and non-VR. We have Ghost Giant coming out April 16th, 2019. That's my birthday. We have Table of Tales coming out April 16th as well.
These are all VRs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have Jupiter and Mars coming out April 22nd, 2019. We have Everybody's Golf VR May 21st, 2019. I'm sure you're excited to play that.
Oh, that game. No. Imagine you get it. JP, I got VR. Guess what game it is? Huh, horror? No, Everybody's Golf. And I'll just be like, I'll see you later, Josh. I'm leaving.
And Blood and Truth comes out May 28th, 2019.
My question is, do you think VR is going to be a flash in the pan and that is the end of it? Do you think this is it and then it's all just going to fade into oblivion?
It really depends. I feel like if the technology keeps advancing and developers keep wanting to make VR games, I feel like it can get to the point where we are getting like full-on, like full-length games that are completely VR. Like, there are some examples of it.
Like AAA, the real deal kind of stuff.
Like Resident Evil 7 was completely playable with PlayStation VR from start to finish.
Yeah, I feel like that's the future of VR.
But I would love to see like a full-length, like, let's say like 8 to 10 hour game with like that's fully built from the ground up specifically for PlayStation VR.
You know, I'm
sure it probably exists out there. I don't keep up with VR.
I gotta admit, my favorite part of VR, besides horror games, is probably live event VR. That for me, I think, is the future. Like seeing, for example, Guns N' Roses plays, and you could view the concert from like 6 different camera angles across the concert, or
WWE was doing it for a while. I don't know. I don't think they do it anymore.
Like
but I remember.
Yeah, WWE had ringside. That was SummerSlam was in VR because I never saw the end of it.
Yeah, because I remember being able to you'd be able to see the cameras like mounted on the barricades and on top of the ring posts and stuff.
I feel like the big 4 are only VR accessible. But that's still
cool.
cool.
I don't remember the Royal Rumble having them, but I didn't pay attention really.
All I know is like you could be front row for anything. Like, yeah. That's where I see VR going. But these games are interesting. They're just they seem like gimmicks to me, but they seem interesting too. So I'm kind of curious to see where it goes.
This next one, Trover Saves the Universe. That comes out May 31st, 2019. And that's by, what's his name, Justin Roiland, one of the creators of
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, yeah.
I was going to say, looking at that gave me a Rick and Morty vibe, so I'm not too surprised.
Yeah, it has like a Rick and Morty type art style.
Well, Rick and Morty had a VR game. If Rick and Morty could have a real PS4 game for everybody, I would buy it. In a heartbeat. Oh, yeah. I'd do it.
There's Mini Mech Mayhem coming out June 18th, 2019. We've got Vacation Simulator coming out June 18th, 2019. Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted coming spring 2019.
So my question is, okay, so, oh, my bad, I almost knocked the microphone. That would have been great. So,
how come?
How come? Okay, so the thing that blows my mind here, so they're making a Five Nights at Freddy's VR game, but they are not doing what people want by bringing the games from PC to PS4 or Xbox. Why?
I think this.
I feel like this might
this
usher
VR game
in.
is a completely separate thing. Like I think it's.
I'm ready for the classic.
Because I think this is somehow going to extend the story. Like I don't think it's just like a random mashup of levels from the. I mean that's kind of what it is. But it's like a random mashup of different levels from the other games, just in VR. But
I'm just hoping we get the scroll games because that's what people really want. I mean, if Scott Cawthon wants that money, I mean, yeah, I think he's out of ideas at this point. But yeah, Help Wanted, I'll check that out. I've always liked FNAF. Got a little ridiculous, but I've always been a fan. What's next on the table?
We've got Gollum coming out spring 2019.
That looks like a Pokemon.
We've got Luna coming out spring 2019. No Man's Sky Beyond. The Beyond update comes summer 2019.
Oh, all right. For a second, I thought it was a new game. I'm like, whoa. Whole lot of days in this.
And then we had a first look at Concrete Genie, which is a game where you oh, I'm getting a phone call. I can't really answer that right now.
Yo, Wojcik.
I guess I will answer. Hello.
This is a big first you're seeing here. You're seeing a phone call on a podcast.
Recording a podcast.
And I'm very hungry for
gonna
pizza.
Edit you out.
But yeah. Oh, this is gonna be edited out, but I'm very hungry for pizza right now. So
no. Because I'm gonna get demonetized because you said a cuss word.
Ooh.
No, it's too late now.
I love my pizza. Come on, Ramon. Where you at, boy?
Alright. Oh, wow, that was the most useless phone call I've ever had in my life.
So, yeah, so now we got the whole Days Gone. We got all that going, and,
well, Concrete Genie is this...
Concrete Genie.
this... I believe it's an indie game, but it's basically... It's like a... kind of like an adventure puzzle type game, where the city that your character lives in is like all dark and demonic, and he gets bullied and stuff. And this is actually something I think he would be into. His passion is art, and he's basically trying to like repaint the town.
Yo, that kind of reminds me of like, have you ever seen Flower?
Yeah.
Okay, it kind of reminds me of that, except like with an actual game concept behind it, like you're repainting everything. That's really cool.
And you can defeat monsters by painting certain things and stuff like that, and you can pick like what you want to paint on certain walls for certain murals and stuff.
Yeah.
It's coming out fall 2019, and they announced that it would have some sort of PlayStation VR support. I don't think they said if the whole game will be playable in VR, or if it's just certain things, but...
All I know is this is already art simulator. Yes.
And then the last two things we'll just go through quick. They showed a new trailer for Days Gone, just basically to remind us that the game's coming out on, what is it, April 26th. So Days Gone comes out April 26th. They showed a new trailer.
I've been hearing so much about this game. I thought it was out for like 6 months by now. It still hasn't come out yet.
No.
Whoa, holy crap. Hopefully it's good. I mean, it definitely seems like it could be one of those like top tier games. It could easily change a generation, so hopefully it works.
But yeah, not much to say about that. I mean, the trailer was pretty cool. I won't say too much about it in case some of you are on media blackout for it. And then they ended the state of play with a trailer for Mortal Kombat 11, showing how past meets present, and just basically showing how in the story mode that timelines are converging and some of the classic characters, classic versions of characters are coming in and encountering the newer versions of their characters. It was really cool.
Snowball's barking.
Snowball's barking.
Here.
It's probably the pizza guy. All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about today is the news that I think most of you guys are probably the most excited for, and that is that Borderlands 3 was revealed yesterday at PAX East.
Yeah. There you go.
They did a stream / panel where they talked about a bunch of different stuff. They revealed Borderlands 3. They didn't really give a release window on it or show too much. They showed a little bit in a trailer, which just kind of confirms that there's a couple returning characters, including fan favorites like Tiny Tina, Sir Hammerlock, and of course Claptrap. But the only other thing we really know is that there's going to be 2 antagonists.
Nice.
But yeah, it's going to be the classic, Borderlands that I'm sure a lot of people know and love. And apparently there's more information coming on April 3rd. So right around the corner, we're going to have new information. Not sure what that'll be. Maybe like a full-fledged trailer. We'll have to wait and see. Gearbox also announced during that panel a remaster of the original Borderlands for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, with new quality of life improvements and 4-player co-op, and it'll also be in 4K on compatible consoles, and that launches on the 3rd of April. So coming real soon, we got a remaster of Borderlands 1, which I believe is called Borderlands Game of the Year Borderlands Game of the Year Edition. And then Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel, so the Handsome Jack collection, are also getting a new lick of 4K paint on both PS4 and Xbox One, and a free update to the Handsome collection, which lands on, you guessed it, April 3rd. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah. Following on from Borderlands 2 VR's recent addition of aim control support on PlayStation VR, it too is seeing some new additions this summer in the form of free updates, including all of the previously released DLC. And one final Borderlands-related note, Tiny Tina's Robot Tea Party is a new tabletop card game set in the Borderlands universe, and it launches later this year. And that's just about all of the information they gave on Borderlands. Aside from that, Gearbox's publishing team revealed a couple of other new projects. They revealed We Happy Few DLC, a Bulletstorm Switch port, and Pathologic 2 from Tiny Build were all announced, as well as System Error's Astroneer, now being part of the Gearbox publishing division. So, yeah. That being said, some exciting news coming out of PAX for Borderlands fans. Borderlands Game of the Year Edition, as well as 4K updates for the Handsome Collection coming out April 3rd, as well as new information about Borderlands 3 also coming out April 3rd. So it should be quite a big day for Borderlands fans on April 3rd.
It's definitely going to be pretty fucking sick, that's for sure. I like the Telltale game, but I don't play too much Borderlands.
Yeah, I actually never finished the Telltale game. I played Borderlands 2 a little bit with Junior and Isaac a couple years ago. Never really got into it, but maybe I'll get into Borderlands 3. Who knows?
Hey, who knows, right?
But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Pizza and Pixels. It's the podcast where myself and JP order a pizza and talk about games until that pizza shows up. And it goes live every other Saturday on youtube.com/HexxedPhenom and on podcast services around the globe, things like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, really any podcast service of your choosing.
Oh, yeah.
But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, another one bites the crust.